RSK have been used on other sections, and they'd gone through the pain of getting the correct reports or in the way people like to see them. So it was like, don't reinvent the wheel, use these guys know, understand how we want it, what we're looking for, what sort of levels of risks we're looking at for this type of project.
They facilitated the whole SORA process, from the initial SAP-DA assessment to actually undertaking the Signal Overrun assessment meeting, facilitating that, and then producing the report such that it could be signed off by all parties.
It's a access-based software. It's just a database, basically Microsoft Access. If you're assessing a signal, you look at the numbers of trains going through the signal. You're looking at the speed of the trains, which of course is important for the RSK project. You're looking at whether they've got passengers on there, and then you're looking at what they can collide with. That's a filtering process essentially, and it comes out with a list of numbers. The higher numbers are really saying to us that these are the signals that we need to concentrate on, and you need to do the risk assessment. The real risk assessment is the DA workshop.
You have to invite a selected audience, and this audience covers all perspectives in terms of the railway world. There are drivers, there are operators, there are designers, and they all come along and basically give a broad perspective on the issues with that signal. There's a series of what people will call the 16 questions. There are a series of questions that relate to drivers' recognition and response, and they relate to things such as obscuration and distraction, all sorts of things that may make a signal more likely to be passed at danger. And the idea is that you identify whether you've got these situations, and if you have, then the software presents a list of possible mitigation measures such that you can decide to put something in place to address the particular hazard that you've got. The skill of the facilitator is to try and keep them within the confines of a very stringent process, but not at the same time make them feel as though you're railroading it. It's their workshop. You as a facilitator are there not to lead the workshop, but basically there to elicit the answers from them.
The understanding of the timescales that were needed to be achieved on West Coast was quite significant.
It wasn't as if the scope was set in March, that's what you need to deliver, that's what we're looking for, and then we deliver it come April, May, June, July, August, September. The scope was changing all the way through, and you have to react to that.
Very often, because we get involved at a later stage in the design, we get involved at a stage where it's critical to perform to the deadline, and our deadline is shortened. Is shortened as the process goes on. Very often we have to run workshops at late notice and do the SAT assessments at late notice, and that's probably the biggest challenge that we've faced on West Coast.
A lot of times it was very reactionary. And I must say that 99 times out of 100 RSK reacted in a positive way to facilitate the change and the timescales that we were looking at. The overall success of the line speed enhancements Route 3 and the work that First Engineering and RSK did will certainly lead to further works within the rail industry. I would definitely say that West Coast line speed enhancements Route 3 has been one of the most demanding projects that's been undertaken by First Engineering, and I would say by RSK as well.